They're empty, mate.
No, yeah. Says please enjoy a cold Powerade Coke on now, Frank. There's another box there.
A bit more bizarre second half. Points scored, Ivan, for you guys.
Yeah, we look more likely to score when we were defending actually than when we were attacking sometimes. But yeah, he's just, I think probably we might have lost that game early in the season. I think I didn't think we were quite on the money tonight, certainly in the first half. And you sort of got the feeling that we're never going to put a perfect game together. But our defence got better in the second half, and we were actually able to score some points from it. So that's a pleasing thing.
Leading the comp halfway through the regular season is pretty good, isn't it? Very, very good.
Yeah, it's obviously it's good. No one hands out bouquets for halfway, so it's we understand that we've still got a long way to go, and we're just on the journey of getting better really, and I think we need to get better next week than what we delivered tonight. So that's what we'll be trying to do.
Pete, did you think this sort of position on the table was possible this year? Or?
I didn't really know what to expect at the start of the year, but obviously pretty good. The tables, I don't think you can read much into it. It's pretty tight, so only a couple of losses away and you're back in the bottom ends.
Is there a growing belief though within the squad, a growing sort of, feeling within the team about given the form and just what's going on?
Yeah, definitely. I think there's a bit of confidence in the team at the moment. Obviously, get that with a few wins. So, but like I've said, we're going to have to improve from tonight. That's probably our biggest thing. We need to play well every week we can. 1 week on, 1 week off.
Ivan had some injuries in the first half. You had a scratched eyeball for Sika and a knee for Dave Simmons.
Yeah. Dave Simmons is. I guess that would be the biggest one. Sika did quite well actually to come back on because you don't even see it one eye. So, but we had some interchange issues there. So, a few blokes busted, but that was just the way it goes sometimes. So.
How is David? What's the situation?
Yeah, I don't know. He's had a bit of an issue with his knee for a while, so I think it might be related to that. So I have to think it might be a reasonable injury. I'm sure it is, otherwise it wouldn't have come off. So.
Yeah. Ivan, you mentioned the way that again you might have lost earlier in the year. What's changed to turn those into good wins?
I think what Pete said before about the belief. I think we sort of a little bit more attuned into understanding that we can still win the game if you're not right at the top of your game, and that's important because you can't be at your best every week, but obviously you try to be. And there was just something I think we realised at half time that there were some certain things we just had to get better at. Whereas probably early in the year it just if we couldn't play our best, it was just it wasn't going to be our night. So I think maybe just that belief, and I guess just getting used to playing with each other and growing together as a team.
Ivan, some coaches, as you know, try to stay under the radar deliberately. It's a sort of a concern of theirs. Do you think it makes a difference whether you get raps or you don't get raps? Do you can just keep the hype down, or you don't care what happens? It's not outside your control. What's your attitude to it?
We review ourselves, so regardless of whatever anyone else says, we understand where we are as a team and how we're playing, and try not to look at it as a half the season, but more just probably each week and how we're travelling. So it doesn't really make too much difference. But I don't think that we're. I think we need to improve a fair bit and show a little bit more over the next half of the season, and that's what we'll be trying to do.
Playing in front of a packed house last week, did that give you a sense that the community's getting excited?
Yeah, it did. And, I haven't seen a crowd like Penrith for quite a few years, so you feel the excitement around town. It's it's a very rugby league community, and I think everyone's pretty excited about how we're going at the moment. And hopefully the crowd keeps turning up. It's a good place to play when you're full house at Penrith Park.
Ivan, where can you say anything about where you need to improve, or where you're looking for improvements?
It's not that exciting. Yeah.
Josh Mansell had another really solid game with him tonight. Do you think he's got to be considered by New South Wales selectors when they're looking at who they're going to be putting in for the team for game 2?
Yeah, I think they'd be silly if they didn't consider him, really. Whether they pick him or not, that's a different thing altogether. Probably one thing's going against him is he's only really played on the left-hand side this year. So, but you know, he's produced pretty much every week, and the last month or so he's been very strong. So, you know, I think he's been there with a fighting chance, but I guess we'll wait and see.
Does the dynamic change with James starting at hooker, and will that continue with Kevin due back soon? Or how does that change?
Yeah, that's changed a bit, definitely. It's given us some flexibility in terms of our interchange, which has been handy the last 2 weeks because we've lost an outside back in the first 20 minutes the last 2 weeks. So having Louis Brown there on the bench has been enabled us to bring him on and play in the centres. So yeah, I mean, what we do in the next few weeks, I guess we'll wait and see. But James has put 4 games together now, in 80 minutes, and he's playing pretty well. So you know, I'm pretty happy with how that's working at the moment. But you know, it's a long way to go.
Thanks, guys.
Cheers.
Please,
Yeah.